Hey everyone, Off the Mic Sports Network here. Another edition of Off the Top Rope. So we're starting to get into WrestleMania season, starting to get down the line and starting to piece together the Elimination Chamber. It's very clear Roman Reigns is not going to be involved in the Elimination Chamber. He's been written off television. It makes sense because hey, he's not winning the Elimination Chamber. He's not challenging Cody again. So why have him eat another pinfall? So um, the question now becomes: Jey Uso has now solidified his decision. What we already knew is he's facing Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. And we can, debate that to death at another time. But that's not what this is about because a lot of pieces of the puzzle are going to be decided within this Elimination Chamber. And a lot of people's paths are going to be pieced together in terms of what the WrestleMania match is. And the consensus really is that, to me, there's really only two obvious winners of the field that's currently constructed in the Elimination Chamber. Seth Rollins is probably going to qualify, and I would imagine Damian Priest, maybe a Jacob Fatu. I don't think Braun Strowman's going to qualify, but I would assume it's going to be Seth Rollins beating Finn Balor, and then I would guess that Damian Priest is going to be the final guy to qualify for the Elimination Chamber and finalize the six men to determine who's going to face Cody Rhodes. Out of the six-man projected field that I have, there's only two logical winners to this match. One of them, CM Punk, who I said should have won the Royal Rumble. I have no issues with Jey Uso winning because it actually makes a lot of things a little bit more unpredictable in terms of who faces Cody. And then there's John Cena. It's John Cena, for God's sake. Like, John Cena didn't have to qualify. So there's a lot of questions about where this is going to go. And I've seen a lot of debate about this on the internet, how this is going to piece together WrestleMania. And, it's interesting because there are a lot of arguments for John Cena to win this match and go on to face Cody because that's about as big of a match as you can make. Cody, John Cena. Problem with John Cena's not around. And to be honest, John Cena is not really at his peak anymore. He still does as good of a job as he can, but between the Hollywood stuff and just being busy, he's never around. He's trying. Unlike the other movie star who claims that he wants to make wrestling cool again and now is too busy to, do the biggest wrestling match of all time with his cousin, which he wanted to do last year, but it was going to screw up a 2-year storyline. But never mind. Let's not talk about The Rock because, at this point he's irrelevant because he even though he's on the board and he could literally do whatever he wants, has now thrown the WrestleMania build on its ear because he can't do WrestleMania against his cousin, even though it made a ton of sense. And he blew away two significantly built things from last year and just put them to bed for no reason. No reason. So John Cena is an option. But then there's CM Punk, who I said at the start of the year made a ton of sense to win the Royal Rumble. He didn't. Now he's also got meat on the bone left with Seth Rollins. He's got something with Roman Reigns. There's a lot of ways that this could go. So here's what I'm proposing. What if this ends up being another concocted way? Because I already hinted at this with the women. What if this is another concocted way to get to a triple threat match? Because hear me out here in this scenario. Whether it's John Cena or it's CM Punk, whether it's either one of these guys, they would have a path to getting to the main event of WrestleMania without even winning the Elimination Chamber. And you might be saying to yourself, Mike, what the hell are you talking about? Well, let's start with CM Punk. CM Punk still got the Paul Heyman favor. What if the Paul Heyman favor is, hey, Paul, go to Adam Pearce, go to Nick Aldis, work your magic, get me into the main event of WrestleMania. Because he showed his determination that he gives zero fucks about how he wants to do that. And then, how that affects the dynamic with Roman Reigns, that could be another thing. And that could create, another elephant in the room where Paul pisses off Roman Reigns, and that sets off a new storyline that we could do in the bloodline, element, and that whole thing is going to take on a new life of its own. If it's John Cena, we've already seen it. John Cena didn't even have to qualify for this. He was like, yeah, I'm John Cena. 25 years almost of service to this company. I'm too good. I'm just going to be in I'm just going to be in the Elimination Chamber. I'm not saying that that's heel John Cena, but he's maintained, hey, I'm what's best for business. And maybe this starts a heel character, which would be really interesting on his retirement tour. But to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter who wins this match. Because what I think is going to happen here is I think it's very possible that we get Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk versus John Cena for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Because John Cena, let's be real here. Cena and Cody on its own would fit the bill and would be fine as a main event of WrestleMania. But if you put CM Punk there after some of the stuff that he's been saying to Cody and the build that they've had for 2 years, that would be amazing. Whether CM Punk wins it or not, he's got stuff with Cena, a history there. I think it writes itself. And then what this does is it trickles down to the rest of the card, because you have a big problem with this isn't a triple threat, because there's talk of a triple threat between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. Well, what sense is there in that when there's no title on the line? So if you put John Cena and CM Punk together in the same match with Cody Rhodes, then Roman can face Seth, which absolutely deserves to be on the big stage of WrestleMania. They faced each other in big time matches, but they've never faced each other one-on-one at WrestleMania, which would be incredible. And you could make it a stipulation. You could do some crazy Hell in the Cell or some type of weird build, because these two guys absolutely hate each other and you've already seen the seeds planted for it. So there's that element of it. There's also Logan Paul on the board, potentially could face somebody of note here, whether it be Cena or CM Punk. I don't really like that possibility. And let's be real. CM Punk deserves to be in a world title match. He deserves to be in the main event of WrestleMania, given what he has done for this company in the last year. Half the year he wasn't even performing, and he has been really, really good. So I'm just really at the point right now where I think it is more beneficial to make a triple threat between Cody, Cena, and Punk. And then whatever happens, Roman and Seth can deal out their issue. And then Roman can deal with his issues with Punk at another time. Maybe Punk wins the championship here. It also creates a lot of unpredictability. Not saying that, Cena Cody wouldn't have a lot of unpredictability as well, but it's just like, it's the dynamic of it. It feels a little odd. And, I know a lot of people are going to still want to root for Cena no matter what, but it just feels like there's a lot more to be gained if you put all three of these guys in one match. Because the other option is, hey, let's throw Roman, Punk, and Seth in one match. What's the point of that? A triple threat with no stakes? I mean, the last time that happened, it was three members of the same group. It was Legacy. Remember that? WrestleMania 26? That was 15 years ago. That was Randy facing Cody and Ted DiBiase. There was no stakes on the line in that match, but what's the point of this? All three of them don't like each other? Roman should face Seth, unless Rock is available, which I don't think he will be. And then you should have the world title triple threat. That's the way I think it should go. The WWE title triple threat. And then obviously the world title will be Jay and Gunther. So that's what I think about this. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, because I really think this is going to be an interesting discussion as we head towards Elimination Chamber with the women and with the men. So anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.